Welcome back, fam. This is the real Denise, and I'm coming back at you with a new video. This one today, we're actually going to be talking about entrepreneurship, and do you have an entrepreneur mindset? A lot of people doubt themselves and don't think that they're entrepreneur material. But do you actually ever sit back and look at your own characteristics and your personality and your habits and say, that's actually the same characteristics of some of the most famous entrepreneurs that are out there? So I have a couple of things that I researched. I've jotted down some things that some of the top entrepreneurs in the world today have these same characteristics. I have my own definition of entrepreneur, but I wanted to see what the actual definition of an entrepreneur mindset was. So this is basically what I came up with. The entrepreneur mindset is about a certain way of thinking. It is about the way in which you approach challenges and mistakes. Often are drawn to opportunities, innovation, and new value creation. So that's pretty much an overall broad definition of an entrepreneur and the entrepreneur mindset. See if this is your mindset. See if this is in your DNA makeup. If people are constantly telling you, oh, you should sell that. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, you can make money doing it. This right here might be for you. So if you have any doubts, any questions at all, just follow along as we go over these key things. First, we're going to start off with being smart. You have to have some level of intelligence. You have to be knowledgeable. You have to have a willing to learn. So you can't just be like ding dong, and try to be an entrepreneur, because you're going to run into a lot of roadblocks and obstacles just because of your knowledge base. So being smart is going to be a very important characteristic. Hardworking go-getter. Are you that type of person that you sit at your desk and you're always trying to over exceed and you're always going above and beyond because you're trying to get that promotion, you're trying to get that new position? There is a bonus that you're trying to get because doing these things will actually help you elevate your lifestyle. So a go-getter, basically, right now, if you're a go-getter for that company, you're basically helping somebody else achieve their goal, their vision, their dream that they had set out a long time ago that now they have in motion, and you're helping them achieve that. So if you're doing it for somebody else, don't you think you can do it for yourself? I think so. That's always been my mindset. If I'm gonna go hard for you, I need to go hard for myself. Tenacious. Okay. So a lot of times you'll hear people say this phrase right here. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. That means when obstacles are placed in front of you, do you see yourself as that type of person who really digs in and tries to figure out a way how to overcome that challenge that's been placed in front of you so you can still get to that same end result that you started off for? So if you are, having a bad day, and it just seems like things are just falling on you, but you got to get this project done. And you got all these other things piling up your desk and people say, oh, this is urgent. But by the end of the day, this has a deadline. This has to get done. Do you find a way to get these tasks done and still get the main objective that you start off for the day done? If that's you, then you're a go-getter. Adaptive. Are you able to adapt in any environment, any situation, anything that's been put in front of you? It might not be exactly what you wanted, but then you turn around and you end up adapting to the situation and it came out for the better good to help you achieve your goal or something that you may have been working on. If you don't let it boggle you down and get all heartbroken about it and you just take it on as, oh, this is another challenge because you know how to adapt to a situation. Are you adaptable? Just ask yourself, do I adapt to most situations? Think of sometimes maybe when you've been faced with something and it was like, oh no, this is not how this was supposed to be, or this wasn't supposed to go down. You had everything planned out and it just did not flow right. But you took what you had and you made it for the better good. If that's you, then you're adaptable. Are you really passionate, truly passionate about what you're doing? Are you just gonna start a business and it's gonna turn into that 9 to 5 that you hate going to? You might want to think about, before you get started in business, what it is that you really like. How is this gonna benefit you? Are you doing this for you? Are you doing this for your future, for your children? If you have children out there, are you trying to create a legacy for your family? Think about what drives you. Where is the passion burning from? Why do you want to do this? Is it so you don't have to work for somebody else and you don't have to have that 9 to 5? But make sure that you are passionate, because if you're not passionate about what you're doing, then guess what's going to end up happening? It's going to turn into the same feeling that you have right now at that 9 to 5, because you're going to start to hate to do it, but then you have to, because that's going to end up being your only source of income. So then you end up with no choice. And being an entrepreneur, you're supposed to have choices and enjoy what you're doing. So make sure this is something that you really want to do, that you are passionate about, because you're going to have to put in the long hours and the hard work to get it done. And starting off, it's not going to be easy. So make sure that the drive and the passion is there. Confidence. There are going to be a lot of people that tell you, that's not going to work. You can't do that. Somebody else is already doing it. Are you confident with yourself to say, that's fine, but I'm going to try it this way? Or I think I can improve this. Or that's nice. Thank you for your opinion. And keep working towards your goal, because you're confident in yourself that you can achieve what you're trying to achieve. Somebody might not see your vision right now, but when the vision gets blown up and the world sees it, oh, then they're going to turn back and say, oh, I remember her, I remember him, I didn't think that was going to work. So are you confident in yourself to be able to push aside all the negativity and keep focused on the goal at hand that you set out for yourself? Confidence is a major key within entrepreneurs who are successful. Visionary. This one should have probably been first, because without a vision, it's going to be kind of hard to set out your goals and a roadmap to achieve something. There has to be something. If you want to open up an ice cream store, if that is your goal, you are a visionary right now, because you're thinking about opening up that ice cream parlor. You know, just to have the ice cream parlor, that is the ultimate goal. But maybe you might have to start with making ice cream and selling them on the weekends out of one of the little carts or something. But your ultimate goal that you're working towards is to have that ice cream parlor that sits on the corner like a Cold Stone or a Baskin Robbins 31 flavors. That's the ultimate goal that you're trying to achieve. But you have to be a visionary to put in the work and see the steps to get to that goal. So being a visionary, that means you wake up in the morning and you have 1,000 things on your mind, 1,000 things. But at the same time, guess what? You're trying to figure out, oh, how can I get that done? Oh, I think that's a good idea. Oh, what about this? Oh, man, you know what I just thought about? You might pick up the phone, wake up and say, call your friend, because I know I call my friend sometimes. She has a business, and I just be like, girl, you know what? You was talking about da-da-da-da. How about if you do da-da-da-da-da? You know, it's just because visionaries' minds never stop running. They're continuously running with new ideas, because the visions just keep flowing, and then you turn around and try to figure out how to accomplish. So if you feel like you wake up in the morning or before you can go to sleep at night, you just have all these things on your mind about different things that you want to achieve, accomplish, you might be a true visionary. And you might need to start putting some of the things you're envisioning into action. so you can see them manifest. Visionaries put things into action to see them manifest. And maybe that's what's time for you to start doing. So just ask yourself, am I a visionary? I know I'm a visionary. I always come up with new ideas. I always don't know offhand how to get them going, how to get them started, but I'm always trying to figure it out. I never stop thinking. So being a visionary is the number one key thing to being an entrepreneur. Are you a leader? You can't just say yes. Ask yourself, can you lead someone else? Can you give sound direction to someone? That's going to be very important. It might be a skill that you might not have right off the bat, but it might be something that you need to develop, because eventually when your business expands or what you're trying to do grows, you might need an assistant, you might need a staff, and you have to give them direction to follow. And to be a good leader, you should be a likable person. Everybody's not going to like you, no, but people should want to follow you. People should understand, and you should be able to relay your vision across the board so other people can understand, well, this is the goal that we have set out. This is what they want to accomplish. So this is the roadmap that they put before us that we need to execute. And in order to be a leader, you have to have people that want to follow you, or they believe in what you're doing and they want to be on your team. Loyalty is important. Nobody wants to work with anybody who's dishonest and not loyal. People want to know that they can depend on you. People want to know if they give you something, you can get it done. Or if you're asking somebody to help you out to do something, that they're not just working for you in vain, that you're actually using their advice or using whatever it is that they're giving you. So being loyal is one of the most important things of an entrepreneur, because that means people are going to trust you. Loyalty comes with trust. Trust in your products, trust in your business partners, trust within your company. Excuse me, you guys. Now, loyalty is going to be very important. Make sure that you are loyal and you do right by people, because it will show. It really will show. And if you want to go a long way, you need to be loyal. Now, this one right here, don't take it the wrong way, but you got to be direct. There's no other way to put it. You have to ask for what you want. You need to be direct. If you're not direct, how people gonna know what you want to do? How people gonna know what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to get done? You need to be direct and ask for what you want. You might miss out on a lot of opportunities because you weren't direct in stating what it is that you need to be done. Or you might waste time doing things because you weren't direct with the people who are trying to help or prepare for you. So they don't know, they can't read your mind. So just ask and delegate and tell people what it is that you're asking for, what it is that you're wanting, what it is that you need done. Be direct and don't beat around the bush. Please don't beat around the bush. Just be straightforward and honest. That's the best thing you could do, is be straightforward and honest and ask for what you want. Being direct does not mean that you're rude. It does not mean that you're mean. But when you're in business for yourself, time is money. You do not have any time to waste money, period. Time is money. So be direct and ask for what you want. That's the bottom line. That's it. Ask for it. For those of you who are religious based, we grew up, and what do people tell us all the time? Ask and ye shall receive. And I do believe that. Okay? All right. The last thing that I have for you guys today is have mentors and role models around you. That is going to take you a long way. You can always learn from somebody else's mistakes. You can always look at the path that somebody else took and things that they have done, and then say, how can I correct this to do it better? You're always, when you're an entrepreneur and you're in business, 9 times out of 10, unless it's a new invention, you're reinventing what somebody else has already done. So you need to figure out, how can I do it better? And in order to do that, you need to research, you have to learn. So having role models that you can listen to, talk to, email, get advice and answers to questions you might have is gonna be the best way, and it will save you a lot of time and money. Because you don't have money, you want to try to keep your overhead as low as possible. You don't want to throw away money. Point blank. We're in the game to make money. We want to keep our revenue high, our expenses low. Income high, expenses low. That's the name of the game. To have role models, you need to have someone else that's doing it, someone else that you believe in, that you trust, that gives you sound advice, that might be on the same path as you, or are a little further ahead of you. Try to surround myself with people who are achieving at a greater level than me, so I can have aspirations and goals to get to their level and learn as they're going through. A lot of times people will talk to you. If you have the right friends in your circle, they'll tell you their ups and downs, and they'll talk to you about it. So you'll be like, okay, because I'm about to approach that level, so I'll know what to do and what not to do. If you're just doing it and running off by yourself and you don't have any advice that you can get from anyone, you're going to make a lot of mistakes that you probably could have avoided just by talking to someone. But make sure when you're working with your mentors and role models, please have your stuff together, because a lot of times some people, they have a lot of business of their own that they have to attend to, and they don't have time to play around with people who are half-assing. You know, you got to have your stuff together. Have your T's crossed and your I's dotted, so that you can go to them and say, look, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm trying to get to. I'm kind of stuck right here. Is there any advice you can give me? Can you point me in the right direction so I can get this done? You know, have open conversations with your mentors and tell them what your struggles are. You know, and a lot of time they'd be like, oh, I've been through this. You know, that's something I went through. You know, they might tell you it's something you have to go through. You know, everything is not going to be easy. But having role models and mentors can save you time and money. So make sure, please make sure that you listen to them. Please make sure also that you're reading, that you're studying. You have to perfect your craft, your skill. Read, study, perfect your craft. That's what you need to do. That's the only way to get better, because believe me, it's somebody coming right behind you that's trying to do the same thing you're trying to do and do it better. So perfect your craft. You know, keep studying, keep learning, keep ahead of the game. Don't get there and say, oh, I made it and I got everything together. No, you don't. You got to keep learning. You got to figure out, okay, what's the next step? How can I improve what I already have? Or what else can I add to this to add some value? So I hope that you guys found some of these characteristics within yourself. If you could sit here and ask yourself, do I have 99% of these characteristic skills that she just mentioned today? If you feel like I was talking to you today, please drop a comment below, you know, and say that you gained something out of this information. But I just wanted to take this time out, because what I'm going to do is start a series, and basically we're going to build a business together. So whatever business idea that you might have in mind, jot it down on paper. Because now we're going to go through the steps. If you went through this, listen to me talk today, and you feel that you have the characteristics to be a strong entrepreneur and you're ready to be a leader, then let's do this together. We're going to go through the basics, you know, of starting your business, so everything will be structured properly. Okay? If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, fam.